Welcome back to Dr. Stone Anime Review, episode number 13. Yep, 13. This is reviewing the 33rd episode of the anime, To Destroy and to Save. This episode adapts from chapters 77-78. Oh yeah, and as of currently, there's exactly 4 chapters left. Though they didn't technically finish adapting the chapter itself for 78. They have all but like the last page. I would not be surprised if somehow next week they would finish this up and go straight to maybe like 81, possibly. Probably. It depends upon what the episode wants to do. So this episode pretty much picks up our last 6 episodes. I'll continue with the battle between the Kingdom of Silence and the Empire. Well, Togusa's Empire. And he basically takes on the battle team, which is consisted of Kohaku, the 2 brothers, and Magma are pretty much taking on him. While Huga, I think, is taking on a few other individuals from the tribe. And Suku, who basically develops some special stuff. Like he develops nitrochloric acid, aka explosives. Though how he uses them is quite interesting. He basically puts them on paper airplanes. Paper airplanes are made by Giru. So he uses it and fires it off and, well, causing an explosion and causing a stalemate. Okay, time to negotiate. So, basically, Sengoku kind of reveals Siku's basically Togusa's backstory, where he gets his name from. Where apparently he was a cage fighter. Yep, he was a cage fighter. And he started pretty young. The reason why he decided to do this was to save his little sister's life, who had been in a coma for years. Basically, chronically brain dead. He also mentioned the whole thing about, well, before this, about how the whole thing with the revival fluid, and Sugo mentions the reason why he was smashing all the statues was because the Stonewall can sustain a large population. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm not going to, let's say, disagree with him. So, basically, he agrees to help his sister. He does. After a very brief conversation he had with him, Hyuga himself basically sees explosives, and then we see him quite unusual. We see him pull down his mask. You see like little lines on his face. Now, if you watch the opening title sequence, they actually show this frequently. Now, I was curious though, who the heck this was. It's Hyuga. Yep, and he's smiling. Yep, and then they go to the hospital where Mari, that's Tsukuma's sister, was actually at the time when he last saw her. And somehow he took the time to find the place where the hospital was standing. Yeah, apparently he had all this time. He had plenty of time in his hands to somehow figure out exactly where he is in Japan and figure out where the hospital is, which that's interesting. I would have figured everything we moved around, he might get lost, but no, he actually found it. Which I'm like, that's surprising. Because I'm sure without the actual building itself, it's kind of difficult to find exactly where stuff is. So, they use the exploding screws of dynamite to dig up a bunch of statues, which are there. And they find, well, to get his little sister. Now, oh yeah, by the way, the steam gorilla itself is brought back up standing. And basically, well, Sengoku and Tezuma form a truce. So the people going out to, also the female porter is there too. She kind of really joins them. People go with Sengoku and Tezuma basically out there. You see pretty much the battle team going out there, along with Chrome, the Mentalist crew, and Hyuga. Yeah, basically, oh yeah, Nikki's there too. She's one of the guards they basically recruited. Oh yeah, Tezuka is there too. Obviously. And there's a joke about, oh yeah, like for statues, we know somebody picks, and of course Yejima is like, yeah, it does this little thing with her fist, where she's like threatening, like, man, like, it's like, like she has to be the one that picks him, which I thought was quite hilarious. The episode ends when they actually find Mari in statue form. Yeah, that's surprising. That's where the episode ends, despite the fact that's how the chapter ended. There's like additional page here. I'm a little surprised they actually ended this way, which that's quite shocking. It's still a good episode overall, and I can't wait for next week's episode, which is going to be the Pentulum episode of the season. Yes, because there's only 11 episodes, which you probably think, really? 11? Yep, 11. When I saw the arc review, it's like, I think it was like last month, I think it was. I was like, really? Why is this 24 episodes? Like, I was hoping maybe that because of how lengthy these arcs are, they might adapt, like, no, this arc, but also the arc comes after this. Nope. Just the communications arc, and that's it. Yeah, covering about 21 chapters of manga. I think it's about 22. Yeah, about 22 chapters in just 11 episodes. Yep. But, yeah, it's definitely going to be good next week, hopefully. We're getting close to the very end, which is great. Okay, so yeah, that's it for particular review. Now, normally I would go straight to this with templates, but because it's kind of late, I decided, well, do it tomorrow. Yeah, so once again, I'm going to be doing about... Actually, tomorrow actually 4 anime to do, not freaking 5. I was hoping to do 5 today. I am only doing 2. So, with tomorrow, with only like 1 show, with tomorrow, so for effectively tomorrow, I'll be doing at least 4 shows. Yep. So, I'm going to do one more video. Comic history. We'll be discussing, well, you'll find out it's Steve to Go characters. You'll find out in the video. Okay, see this video. Bye.